You were supposed to be fighting Dan Hooker. You got Gamrot. I mean, were you happy with this change? It's a higher ranked opponent, maybe not the same name value, so to speak, but it can do more for your career, it feels like.
Yeah, I'm just happy he stepped up. Somebody stepped up. I wanted to stay on the card. I could have sat back and waited for somebody else on another card, but I was like, I just wanted to stay on 285, so they made it happen.
Yeah, you look at the lay of the land. I mean, I don't think there's much better options they could have found you in this circumstance. Did they give you multiple opponents, or was this the main one that kind of stood out?
He's the only one that stepped up. Nobody else wanted to fight me on this card. They didn't want that 3-week notice fight. So, I took the challenge. So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Was it disappointing when you heard Dan was out? Because obviously that was a big fight too, and then you're left in kind of a state of limbo. Was the few days in between figuring out who was stepping in a little frustrating?
Yeah, it got to me a little bit, but I didn't let it make me fold or anything. I was just like, whatever. I ate a little bit more food, and then I was happy. And then I got back to training, I just stayed consistent, stayed in the gym. I didn't worry about it too much. They said they'd find me somebody, so they found me somebody.
What do you make of Mateusz? Obviously, he's coming off a tough loss against Benihil, but he's had a pretty good account of himself in the UFC so far. Former champion in KSW, he's done some good things.
He's a good opponent. He's gonna come in, try to shoot, try to wrestle. So I already kind of expected that from Dan a little bit. So I was a little bit prepared. So it's just another fight. I'm ready to take on whoever wants to step up, and I always showcase it every time.
I think you're showing that these guys, if they want to shoot with you, they want to grapple, they better protect their neck, right?
Yeah, I done worked in it for the last couple of years a lot, so I'm ready to showcase everything I've been working on. So, who else to do it against than Gamrot? High-level grappler. That's his game. That's his game plan. That's his go-to. He's going to try to take me down. So, all right, let's see how much I've improved.
Yeah. Would you still want to do the Dan Hooker fight at some point, or if you win this one, do you feel like you're a little bit beyond that then?
Honestly, I feel like I'm beyond that at this point. Man, I gotta leave those guys alone, man. I love Israel. I fuck with Izzy. I fuck with City Kickboxing, so I don't want to keep any animosity between them. It's just business, you know what I mean? I'd rather train with them than keep trying to fight these guys. So that's how I feel.